Hey everyone, so we are moving on from long division to something called synthetic division. This is a really helpful way of dividing. It does have some limitations, which is why we start with long division. You can only do synthetic division when we're dividing by a linear binomial. So x plus 3 in this case, 3x plus 7. So anything where the exponent, it's a binomial, and the highest exponent's a 1. It has to be linear. So we have to use long division for things like dividing by x squared plus 8x. Like something like that, you have to do it the long way, but we are going to go over the kind of short way today. All right, so let's go through and just do a quick review and divide this using long division just to see what happens. So we're dividing x plus 3 into, sorry it looks weird, I messed the problem up, shockingly, so I had to fix it. Alright, so x into 2x squared is 2x cubed is 2x squared. Distribute 2x cubed plus 6x. Change the sign to subtract. Negative 13 x squared, oh, I will drop my x squared there, minus 17x plus 66. So now I divide again and I get negative 13x. Distribute negative 13x squared minus 39x. Change the sign to subtract. 22x plus 66. 22x divided by x is 22. 22x plus 66, and subtract, and we have a remainder of 0. So if you notice, whenever we divide, we started with x cubed, it went down to x squared. Everything went down by 1. And what really, with these, because they are on the simple side, the x's don't really matter, right? These x's, it's really all about the coefficients. We really don't need these x's, we really just want the coefficients. So that's what synthetic division does. It rewrites it so that we don't have any x's in the problem. All right, so we're going to do the exact same problem, but we're going to do it using synthetic division. So we don't need our x's, but what we do need is our coefficients. So I'm going to write down all my coefficients. So 2, negative 7, negative 17, and 66. And I like to do this upside down division symbol. Now, instead of x plus 3, we're focusing on the 3. But here's the other thing. Instead of subtracting every time, what we're going to do is we're going to switch the sign of the 3 and make it negative. So that is going to work in the division part into our problem. All right? It's going to work our division into the problem. All right. Now this is very quick, so put your pencils down and just watch the first one. Put your pencils down and just watch it. If you need to rewind it, rewind it. This is a very quick process. So we start by bringing our 2 down, and then we're going to multiply that. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Combine down, negative 13, multiply, 39, combine down, 22, negative 3 times 2, multiply, negative 66, combine down, 0. And I always put a box around that because that's my remainder. So whenever we divide, when we divide the highest power, x cubed by x, we get x squared. So this is 2x squared. And then it goes down to 13x plus 22. And that's our answer. So this is significantly faster than long division. All right, so why don't you pause and try this one on your own to see if you can get it. So I start by writing down all my coefficients. So I have 1, negative 6, negative 21, 31, and 72. I've got my upside down division, and I'm going to put an 8, because remember we take this. Imagine it's really x minus 8 equals 0. We're really solving that for 0. So the 8 goes on the front. So we always bring the first one down and then multiply. 1 times 8 is 8. Combine down. 8 times 2 is 16. Combine down. 8 times negative 5 is negative 40. Combine down. 8 times negative 9 is negative 72. Combine down. This is our remainder. There's no remainder. We started with an x to the fourth, so this brings us down to 1x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 9, and then we can get rid of that 1 in front if we want. That's it. All right, now look at this one. I'm going to have you do it on your own, but notice something. There's an issue with this one. There is a missing term. So unlike with the long division, it kind of works itself out. For this one, you have to put in a 0. So this is really x cubed minus 7x squared plus 0x plus 20. You have to include that 20. So our coefficients are 1, negative 7, 0, and 20. Change the sign of the 2, so it's positive 2 instead of negative 2. Now go through and do your division. 1 times 2 is 2, combine down, negative 5. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10, combine down, negative 10. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. Combine down. Again, we don't have a remainder, so we have x squared minus 5x minus 10 is our final answer. All right, so now we're going to get into the tricky one. All right, so like before I said, when you have 2x plus 5, kind of like in that last one I said, oh, just set it equal to 0. So imagine we're really just setting this equal to 0 and solving. So 2x equals negative 5, x equals negative 5 over 2. That's what we're going to put on the outside. So when you have a coefficient, you will have some fractions in here. So we've got 6, 23, 42, and 55. So I'm going to bring my 6 down. 6 times negative 5 over 2, that's negative 5 times 3, negative 15. Combine down, I get 8. And then again, we get negative 20. Combine down, 22. Negative 55, and 0. So it appears that we get 6x squared plus 8x plus 22. However, this is wrong. Notice the first term was 6x cubed, right? When we do our 6x cubed divided by 2x, what do we get? 3x squared. But we have 6x squared. So what we need to do here, and this one's harder because that 2 in front of the x, it becomes a GCF. So we have to divide our entire polynomial by 2. So our final answer is x squared plus 4x plus 11. And this is why I do long division with these a lot, because I forget. A lot of students will forget to divide by that GCF when they're done, but it's really, 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 really important. All right, try this one on your own. So when we set that equal to 0, our outside number is 2/3. So we've got 3, negative 2, 15, negative 10, negative 27, and 18. I bring my 3 down. 2/3 times 3 is 2. Ooh, 0. 0 times anything is 0, so bring it down. 15. 15 times 2/3 is 10. Ooh, another 0. 0, negative 27, negative 18, 0. All right, so we get, now, so we went down by 1. So this is 3x to the 4th. This is x cubed, 15x squared. This is an x, and then minus 27. And then remember, we have to divide by the GCF. The GCF is the number that's in front of x, so 3. So we get x to the 4th plus 5x squared minus 9, and that's our final answer. All right. I think we're moving into the remainder. I think these are now going to have remainders. So do this one on your own. So -2 is what I'm dividing by. Oops, starting to put x's in there. Nope, don't need an x. 1, -3, 21, 9, -4. Bring the 1 down. -2 times 1 is -2. Combine down. -2 times -5 is +10. 31. -63. Ooh, yikes. -54. 108. 104. So notice these go really quick out of crazy numbers. These numbers get really big, really crazy time. So that does happen. That is a thing. All right, so we started with x to the 5th, so we're going down to x to the 4th minus 5x to the 3rd plus 31x minus 54. And then remember, how do we write our remainder? Plus 104 over x plus 2. And that is our answer. Uh-oh. I made a mistake. See, even I make this mistake. And this is the problem with synthetic. It's really easy to make a mistake. Anyone catch me? I forgot my 0. That's why those numbers were so big. I forgot the x cubed is 0. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. All right, so let's erase and try again. Yes, I could probably delete this, but I like showing you guys my mistakes because I think it's important. So I have a 0x cubed in here, so it needs to be 0, 21, 9, -4. So 1, -2, -5, +10, -20, 1, -2, 7, -14. So yeah, it's still a remainder, but this one's not nearly as ridiculous. The numbers are a little more normal. 5x cubed plus 10x squared plus x plus 7, and then minus 18 over x plus 2. And now that's our accurate answer. Okay, so now that was the same problem as right here, okay? So now I want you to grab your calculator, plug in -2. What do you notice when you plug in -2? So I got -2 to the 5th minus 3 times -2 to the 4th plus 21 times -2 squared, 9 times -2 minus 4. So what do you get? I got -18. What do we notice about the problem that we just did? When we divided this function by x plus 2, our remainder was this. So if you have to divide something, if you want to figure out like f of 7 or something, and it's a really, like the numbers are big and you're not allowed a calculator, you can use synthetic division. It will get you your answer. Right? So the remainder from dividing by x plus 2 is the same as plugging in f of -2. All right, so do your synthetic division and then write down what would f of -3 be. So -3, 1, 9, 14. Oh, there's an x, there's a missing x, 0, 37. Bring down my 1, -3, 6, -3 times 6, -18. Combine down, 12, 12, 36, and 1. So that tells me that f of -3 is going to be 1, right? The remainder is what is what we get when we plug this exact number in, right? Not the 3, but -3. And then what we get when we divide is x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4x plus 12, and then plus 1 over x plus 3. And that's it. All right, so we have a worksheet. I think we'll do a little bit more of this. We do a lot of synthetic division when we graph, so we're going to keep doing this. Hope you liked it. I like this lesson. It's on the easier side.